welcome back to Movies on the Brain, where we revisit films that bring laughter, nostalgia, and plenty of heart. I'm Jason, and today I'm jumping into the world of childhood mischief and friendship with The Little Rascals. Directed by Penelope Spheris, The Little Rascals is a fun-filled family comedy packed with charm and laughs. Starring Travis Tedford, Bug Hall, and Brittany Ashton Holmes, this film brings the classic antics of the Rascals to a new generation. In The Little Rascals, we follow a lovable group of kids navigating friendship, competition, and plenty of hijinks. Let's dive into this nostalgic gem and explore what makes it such a timeless favorite. The Little Rascals opened in theaters on August 5th, 1994, with a budget of $18 million. During its 8-week theatrical run, it earned $51.7 million domestically and $15.8 million internationally, making a worldwide total of $66.9 million. Its opening weekend saw it earn $10 million, finishing number 4 in the box office behind only Forrest Gump, The Mask, and Clear and Present Danger, numbers 3 through 1 respectively, with Clear and Present Danger also opening the same weekend. Its final week in theaters saw it earn $1 million, finishing its theatrical run at number 13. Spanky McFarland is the president of the He-Man Woman Haters Club, with many school-aged boys from around the neighborhood as members. His best friend Alfalfa has been chosen as the driver for the club's prize-winning undefeated go-kart Blur in the annual Soapbox Derby style race. However, when the announcement is made, Alfalfa is nowhere to be found. The boys catch Alfalfa in the company of Darla. The club's members try their hardest to break the two apart, eventually causing their beloved clubhouse to burn down. Darla is mistakenly led to believe Alfalfa feels ashamed of her, so she turns her attention to Waldo, the new rich kid whose father is an oil tycoon. Spanky, Stymie, and friends judge Alfalfa's punishment to be left guarding the go-kart around the clock until the day of the race. In addition, he's also forbidden from ever making any contact with Darla. Until that day comes, Alfalfa makes many attempts to woo back Darla, including a visit to her ballet rehearsal, an undelivered love letter, and through serenade, all of which fail. In order to rebuild their clubhouse, the boys try to fundraise the cost of lumber $450, but the youngest ones, Porky and Buckwheat, have unknowingly come up with $500. Their schoolteacher, Mrs. Crabtree, finds out about this scheme, but Spanky convinces her to use the funds as prize money for the go-kart derby. Later that day, Alfalfa and Spanky get into a heated argument when Alfalfa finds out that Spanky is the reason for his breakup with Darla, which causes Alfalfa to quit as a club member. The Blur is stolen by local bullies Butch and Wayne. In addition to having to rebuild the clubhouse, the boys now need a new set of wheels. They band together to build the Blur 2, the sequel. Prior to race day, Spanky and Alfalfa reconcile and decide to race in the two-seat go-kart together. They hope to win the prize money and the trophy to be presented to the victor by the greatest racer of all, A.J. Ferguson. Butch and Wayne make several sneaky attempts to stop Alfalfa and Spanky from winning the race. Waldo, who seemingly kicks out Darla from his race car, pulls a few tricks of his own. The Blur 2 crosses the finish line ahead of the pack, and resulting in a photo finish between the Blur and the Blur 2, literally by a hair due to Alfalfa's cowlick, despite the many scrapes and crashes throughout the derby. When Butch and Wayne try to fight Alfalfa, he knocks Butch into pig slop and Wayne throwing himself in. Along with first prize, Alfalfa also wins back Darla's heart after it turns out that Darla kicked Waldo out of the car instead of the opposite. Spanky, meanwhile, is shocked at the trophy presentation when he finally meets his favorite driver, A.J. Ferguson, whom he learns is a woman. As soon as the clubhouse is rebuilt, the boys collectively have a change of heart towards membership and welcome Darla and friends to their club with women welcome added to the sign. At the end of the movie, it is revealed that can say more words than simply The movie closes with bloopers from the kids while filming. Now let's look at the cast and some other roles they've had. Travis Tedford as Spanky McFarland. Other roles for Travis Tedford include Loaf in Slappy and the Stinkers, Andy in The Finals, and Alex Jefferson in the TV show Adventures in Odyssey. Bug Hall as Alfalfa Switzer. Other roles for Bug Hall include Newt Shaw in The Big Green, Sam Callahan in Skipped Parts, and Andrew in The Shadow People. Brittany Ashton Holmes as Darla. Other roles for Brittany Ashton Holmes include Towns Lady Britt in the TV movie We Hate Paul Revere, Amy Carver in the TV movie Circuit Breaker, and Cynthia Coates in the TV movie Death Benefit. Kevin Jamal Woods as Stymie. Other roles for Kevin Jamal Woods include Cleveland in A Perfect World, Frank in the TV show Blossom, and Danny in TheBrainiacs.com. Jordan Workle as Froggy. Other roles for Jordan Workle include Eddie in the TV show Rocket Power, Travis in Carpool, and Jimmy in The Modern Adventures of Tom Sawyer. E.G. Daily as the voice of Froggy. Other roles for E.G. Daily include Tommy Pickles in the Rugrats franchise, Buttercup in the TV show The Powerpuff Girls, and Sprocket in the Skylanders video game franchise. Zachary Mabry as Porky. This has been Zachary Mabry's only role so far. Ross Bagley as Buckwheat. Other roles for Ross Bagley include Kyle in Dead Ringer, Dylan in Independence Day, and Nikki Banks in the TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sam Saletta as Butch. Other roles for Sam Saletta include Mike in Some Girl, George Camden in the TV show Seventh Heaven, and Zach in the TV show The Kids from Room 402. Blake Jeremy Collins as Wayne. Blake Other roles Blake Jeremy Collins is best known for being an assistant camera operator on the TV show All American, the Suicide Squad from 2021, and Bumblebee. Blake McIver Ewing as Waldo Johnson III. Other roles for Blake McIver Ewing include Eugene Horowitz in the TV show Hey Arnold, Menlo in the TV show Recess, and Derek in the TV show Full House. Cortland Mead as Other roles for Cortland Mead include Howard and Karina, Sid and Tom and Huck, and Lloyd Nebulon in the TV show Lloyd in Space. Juliette Brewer as Marianne. Other roles for Juliette Brewer include Rosie in Balto and cousin Ruby Sue in Vegas Vacation. Heather Karasek as Jane. Heather Karasek is best known for being a costumer on Bad Boys Ride or Die, the TV show The Mandalorian, and F9 The Fast Saga. Raven Simone as Stymie's girlfriend. Other roles for Raven Simone include Raven Baxter in the TV show That's So Raven, Charisse Doolittle in Dr. Doolittle 2, and Rhonda in the TV show Blackish. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen as the twins at Darla's Sleepover. Other roles for Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen include Michelle Tanner in the TV show Full House, Tess and Emma Taylor in Billboard Dad, and Mary-Kate and Ashley Burke in the TV show Two of a Kind. Mel Brooks as Mr. Welling. Other roles from Mel Brooks include Meliphant Brooks in Toy Story 4, Albert Einstein in Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Big Weld in Robots. Leah Thompson is Miss Roberts. Other roles for Leah Thompson include Catherine Kenish in the TV show Switched at Birth, Irene Steele in Left Behind, and Laura Jackson in the Beverly Hillbillies movie. Daryl Hannah as Mrs. Crabtree. Other roles for Daryl Hannah include Elle Driver in Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2, Cynthia Carter in A Walk to Remember, and Melanie in Grumpy Old Man and Grumpier Old Men. Reba McEntire as A.J. Ferguson. Other roles for Reba McEntire include Reba Hart in the TV show Reba, Betsy the Cow in 2006's Charlotte's Web, and Bobby in the TV show Happy's Place. Whoopi Goldberg as Buckwheat's mom. Other roles for Whoopi Goldberg include Oda Mae Brown in Ghost, Dolores in the Sister Act franchise, and the narrator in the TV show The Con. Donald Trump as Waldo's dad. Donald Trump's only roles are as himself in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the TV show The Apprentice, and Eddie. Eric Edward as Spanky's father. Other roles for Eric Edwards include Pearl in Blade, Ford in Fire City, End of Days, and Roy in The Wedding Invitation. Dan Carton as Alfalfa's father. This has been Dan Carton's only role so far. George Wendt as the lumber store guy. Other roles for George Wendt include Norm Peterson in the TV show Cheers, Coach Thompson in Kids in America, and Jim in The Climb. Alexandra Monroe King as Darla's friend at Darla's Sleepover. This has been Alexandra Monroe King's only role so far. Zoe Oakes as Darla's other friend at Darla's Sleepover. This has been Zoe Oakes' only role so far. Now, the intro to this with the note being sent about a meeting is so clever. It gives you an idea on how a few of our characters are. The whole oath of the He-Man Woman Haters Club is funny to me, but it also reminds me of being that young. And I don't know about y'all, but to me, Bug Hall just as Alfalfa just works. He's got that awkward charm about him, especially in this. Even though Bug Hall and Brittany Ashton and Holmes didn't date, as far as I could find, they have this chemistry between them that makes you think they did. I like the "Watch It, Bud" from Blake McIver Ewing. The way he says it has some sort of snark to it, and it fits his character really well. The guy sabotaging Alfalfa's date with Darla is pretty on point for kids of that age. Spanky being the club president, and the judge fits well, especially with Travis Tedford playing Spanky. I feel like he just really delivers well, especially at that young of an age. The nightmare scene is funny to me, especially with all of them in the nightmare scream when lightning strikes. Cutting back and forth between Darla's sleepover and the guys talking about how girls and guys are, ending with Buckwheat responding with an actual answer to "Boys like to moon ya" is probably my favorite scene in the movie. I do really like the whole disguise for the bank scene, only for the boys disguise themselves as to walk in as they walk out. Honestly, I feel like uh, there's a really good scene right after that with Buckwheat, Porky, and Darla. When I first saw this and multiple times afterwards, I didn't recognize Leah Thompson, but now that I do, it's wild to think that she's actually in this movie. There are so many funny scenes in this movie, but I think when Darla hands Alfalfa, who's in a wig and tutu, her hanky and he wipes his pits and tries to give it back to Darla's face when he does is perfect, and it's probably one of the funniest scenes in this movie, in my opinion. I do wonder how much improv was done in this movie. There's so many lines that I think could be improv. I can't think of any right now because it's been a minute since I've seen the movies. For a movie that's primarily comedy, the scene with Alfalfa and Spanky making up for their fight is pretty touching. The entire race and Spanky finding out AJ Ferguson was a woman is perfect, and then to end the movie with girls being invited into the club is fantastic. I've really enjoyed all the bloopers, and overall, I think this is a movie that still holds up. And also, casting Whoopi Goldberg as Buckwheat's mom is perfect. Probably one of the most perfect castings ever. And regardless of what you think about Donald Trump and politics, him being cast as Blake McIver Ewing's dad in this was another really great casting, I thought. Even though he was only in for, what, two scenes? A scene, maybe? Now, some fun facts and trivia. Before filming each day, Penelope Spheris would hug each child to ensure closeness and trust in the group. During filming for the ballet scene, Bug Hall and Travis Tedford wanted to learn the choreography, but instead were instructed to goof off. During the 20th anniversary photo shoot, Ross Bagley revealed he improvised "We Got a Dollar," the famous "We Got a Dollar" number. In the scene where Spanky is dressed in a tutu and village trying to distract Butch and Wang so Alfalfa can escape, you can hear Spanky humming the Little Rascals theme song. Behind the scenes, Travis Tedford, Bug Hall, and Blake Collins were close friends. In a TV interview, it was revealed by the cast that in reality the children playing Darla and Spanky were boyfriend and girlfriend. And that's a wrap on my review of The Little Rascals. This movie is a delightful trip down memory lane filled with laughs, heart, and all the mischief you'd expect from the game. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe to Movies on the Brain for more fun-filled looks at family classics. Let me know in the comments your favorite Little Rascals moment or how this movie brought back childhood memories for you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, it's never a bad day when you've got friends to share it with.